Hi, my name's Megan Pesch. I'm a developmental and behavioral pediatrician at the University of Michigan. I'd like to introduce you to our study, Trajectories of Picky Eating in Low-Income U.S. Children. During this video, we will be discussing the background on picky eating, the findings from our study, and what those findings may mean.
Picky eating in children is common and often concerning to parents. However, there has been little work examining trajectories of picky eating over time, meaning if picky eating is a state that some children grow out of, or if it is a trait that persists in others. Understanding how trajectories of child weight and maternal feeding behaviors may be associated with picky eating trajectories could be helpful for anticipatory guidance and intervention. In this study, we collected data from 317 low-income mother-child dyads at 5 time points over a 5-year period. We obtained heights and weights, and mothers completed questionnaires about their child's eating behaviors and their feeding behaviors. We then used latent class analysis to identify trajectories of picky eating, child body mass index Z-score, or BMI-Z, and maternal feeding behaviors, specifically pressure to eat, restriction, and demandingness. 3 trajectories of picky eating were found. On this graph, you can see we have picky eating behavior on the y-axis and child age on the x-axis. The 3 trajectories of picky eating were persistently high, which represented 14% of the sample, persistently medium, which represented 57% of the sample, and persistently low, which represented 29% of the sample. These trajectories demonstrated that picky eating stayed stable over time.
We also found that persistently high and persistently medium picky eating were associated with lower child BMI-Z, but in the healthy range, whereas lower child picky eating was associated with high BMI-Z. We found that maternal feeding behaviors decreased slightly over time, and that mothers of pickier eaters tended to have greater levels of demandingness and restriction. In this study, we found that picky eating stayed stable and was established by age 4 years. This may mean that interventions around reducing picky eating should start earlier, in the toddler or preschool years. In addition, picky eating was associated with lower child BMI-Z, yet still in the healthy range. This may be comforting to parents concerned about picky eating and underweight in their children. This may also suggest that picky eating could be protective against obesity. Lastly, we found that mothers of pickier eaters were more demanding and engaged in higher levels of restriction, perhaps trying to shape their children's selective diets and food preferences to be healthier. However, we did not find any association of maternal feeding behaviors with improved picky eating. This may indicate that parents can take a less controlling approach to feeding. In conclusion, this longitudinal study of low-income mother-child dyads found 3 stable trajectories of picky eating over a 5-year period: high, medium, and low. High picky eating was associated with higher restriction and demandingness. Future work examining the effects of picky eating interventions on children's weight gain and maternal feeding behavior trajectories are needed.